Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 4th episode now of the SplatCade Podcast. I'm your host, David.
Yo, I'm the Vaughn.
And you can't see me because I'm off screen. My name's Jacob.
He's off camera.
Oh, right.
I don't exist.
We have multicam now. Yay, right?
Yay.
Look, can you at least try to sound excited? We went over this last time, too, with that issue, right?
Hey, fuck you. I'm doing this on purpose this time.
Versus last time where it was like, what were we even recording? Do you remember?
Fuck, what was it? Was it Doki Doki Literature Club? You're like, can you sound excited? And I was like, no.
No, it was like, I was trying to get you to like, wasn't it like the intro for something? Like one of the intros?
Oh, yeah, no, that was a different thing. We were recording the intro for me and you, and you're like, can you say it differently? And I was like, I'll try. And
that's what it was, right?
Yeah, it was the same inflection and like tone every time. The only thing changed was the volume.
Right.
That was it. Like that, and you're like, can you say something different?
Right. Like, can you say it in like a slightly different way?
You're like, I'll try. You're like, I did it. I tried, and it was like a question, and you're like, can you not like that? I was like, I don't know another way I could do it.
You said it differently, sir.
It's like SplatCade. Yeah, was it SplatCade?
Is that channel I'm on? Is that it?
What?
It's like SplatCade? Is that the channel?
Yeah, is that it? I'm new here. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
That was this thing in front of me.
Yeah, what is this a microphone? Oh, like no, like change. This is a joke we made earlier.
Or Mike could, not leave and go into space, please. That'd be great. Thank you.
Microphones.
I must go now. My planet needs.
Shut up.
Rocket Man.
Where did I leave my phone? Oh, can you get my phone?
No.
It's on the bed there. Thank you.
Fuck your phone.
Oh shit. No.
So, last week we had some topics we wanted to talk about.
Fuck you, David. They're green.
Okay, we want to get into that right off the bat.
What happened? Wait.
We're gonna get into that right off the bat.
Whoa.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay.
So, Devon, I need you as the other sane, beautiful person in this room.
Fuck you.
I need you to answer one question for me.
I had to get rid of that.
What color are the walking signs on a crosswalk?
Green?
Yes!
What?
Fuck you!
What?
I told you they're green! That probably peaked as fuck.
What?
They're green!
No!
Yes!
Wait, are you talking
It is
about,
a light green!
Stop yelling, first of all. You're peeking the crap out of the mics.
It's a light green.
Okay.
It's light enough to be considered white by certain people, but it is fucking green.
I swear to God, it is white.
Some of them are white, but the ones I've seen are green.
Where?
Wait, what?
Everywhere.
Wait.
At least here. It's the
Are you
only place
talking
I've
about,
ever fucking been.
Red, yellow, green? Or...
No.
the
Okay,
walk
so
signs, the crosswalk signs.
he misunderstood.
Oh.
He misunderstood. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, so
You
you're
shut the
talking
fuck
about
up.
like the hand or the...
Yeah, the hand of the walking
So
guy.
yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
crosswalk sign with it's an orange hand and a what color person?
Okay, so it's a red and it's white hand.
What?
You fucked up so hard. It's actually funny. Though.
Oh wait, yeah, I missed. Yeah, I fucking. Wow,
I don't know if you were the best person to bring in for this question.
This coming out of nowhere, man. Okay, I fucked that up. Yeah, I fucked up
You
the
did
colors.
fuck that up,
I
yes.
fucked up the colors. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You didn't fuck up the colors. You fucked up the symbols.
Yeah, I fucked up the
It's
symbols.
it's a red hand.
So again,
And
white
person.
hand. What about white people?
what color are they, Devon?
They're white.
Okay.
We see
are
them as
white.
green. I'd never seen them as white.
Okay.
They're
yeah,
always
that's
white.
Wrong with you then.
No.
They're white, dude.
They're
Yeah, they're
green. Why would they be white?
That's the color they are. They're white LEDs.
What reason is that?
They stand out more against the
How?
black background
Why was green not stand out just as much?
because white has a higher contrast.
Yeah. So
It's safer
green means go.
for cars.
It's not safe in a fucking crosswalk.
I'll give
not
you that.
here.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's not safe anywhere outside,
This is
period,
true.
really.
You're
Yeah.
never safe, people. You're never.
I mean, I want to talk about something else too, related to crosswalks. You walk around a lot. You have a
Yeah.
job that takes you out far and wide,
Yeah.
much like the Pokemon Masters. I want to talk about how much of a shit idea Rancho Drive is.
Explain.
Yeah.
You know that street that's by your house that goes diagonally and cuts streets in half? Have you ever walked down Rancho?
That one. Mm-hmm.
Like, this makes it very Vegas centric. I know, to anyone who's listening, but
Vegas people represent right here.
right. No, but so Rancho Drive, for anyone who doesn't know, it's this street kind of like on the edge of what is like South Vegas, because I that's what I call it, because there's South and North Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well,
Well, there's Las Vegas and there's North Las Vegas. But,
yeah, I was about to say there's North and South Las Vegas, and then there's North Las Vegas, the city.
right.
To anyone who doesn't like live here, let's explain how this fucking city works. It doesn't. It's 3 different fucking cities: Henderson, Vegas, North Las Vegas.
Don't forget Paradise, which is what everyone thinks Vegas is.
Nope.
What? Where's
Paradise.
that?
Paradise is the Strip. The Strip.
Is the Strip. Oh yeah, yeah.
The
yeah.
Strip is not a city, but it's not an area. It's like too big and like makes too much money for that. So it's kind of this weird in between
It's its
thing.
own thing. Yeah, it's its own.
There's a
fucking
term for it.
entity.
There's certain other areas in the country exist that are like Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a CGP Grey video on it that actually explains it really well. Like it's called Vegas is not Vegas,
Yeah.
and like he starts it off like this is not Vegas. Like this is not Vegas, and it shows a picture of the Strip.
Yeah.
This is Vegas, and it shows a picture of everyone else's
Fucking
backyards.
Yes,
Right.
suburbs. Yeah.
It's like Vegas is just like any other city. This is called Paradise, and I'm just like, thank you.
Fucking, it's hilarious because if you look at a map, like if the city was this fucking big, all the pictures you see on advertisements of the city and the Strip and shit,
It's just-
that area is this fucking small on that map.
Oh yeah.
Like
You look up pictures of the Strip. You look at enough pictures, you're like, oh yeah. So this dude took this picture on this balcony.
Yeah.
And then this picture was taken across the street on that balcony, looking the other way.
Mhm.
Oh, and this dude was on Planet Hollywood, looking down at both of those assholes. Like you could just basically make a 3D model of the Strip using
yeah,
just the pictures alone.
just the
Pretty
fucking
much, yeah.
pictures taken of it. Yeah. And then fucking you're like, oh yeah, this is all of Vegas, right? No. If
Our
you
city is just as shitty as your city. Go away.
there's the ghetto, there's a place where all the rich people live, and there's a place where the people who laugh at the rich people live.
Yeah, basically, if you want, like, I say, like, the best representation is probably New Vegas, which isn't probably its best example.
You mean the game?
Yeah, the game.
I haven't played it, so I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how Fallout New Vegas, it's like, the
I don't
Strip is
think
still,
he's
like, a
played it
small-
either.
I haven't played. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but
Oh.
I've never actually played it myself.
Well, yeah, they basically, like, focuses on, like, the Strip, that's where you need to go, but yeah, it's not the whole entire
It's not the
fucking
whole thing.
Oh,
yeah.
it actually shows off
Yeah,
Vegas as it is.
shows off, like, which of course it's fucked, so it's not like a representation of the whole place, but yeah, it shows off that the Strip is fucking small.
And then there's places like fucking what is it, like Pahrump and fucking like the Springs and shit out there, which are communities of houses that are miles apart from each other.
Oh yeah. Like it's just like, oh yeah, we're neighbors. Kind of.
Yeah, by like relativity. Like in relative proximity to everybody else, that dude way the fuck over there is my neighbor.
Yeah.
And then there's stupid shit like the one street that's 3 different streets, but it never actually fucking changes direction. You don't know about
Oh,
that?
Cheyenne 574.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's so there's a street out here that's called Cheyenne. It's Cheyenne Avenue, like interstate or something like one of those weird things.
One of those.
574 east and west, depending
Mhm.
on what direction you're going. And then what's the other name for it?
I don't know. I think it leads into like it might lead into fucking Rancho or something. I don't know. I don't remember all 3 of the names. I remember
Rancho
Cheyenne.
Rancho cuts it.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
you
weird.
can use Rancho to get to Cheyenne.
Maybe
I'm pretty
it's
sure.
Durango is the one that ends in or something like that.
Maybe, but going back to Rancho though, Rancho the street, I hate driving on it. First of
Mhm.
all, every other street in the city is, we're pretty gridlocked as far as the city goes. Like there's a lot
Basically, yeah.
there's a lot of like corners and like the streets that run east to west, north to south. Not nearly as clean as New York, but pretty close considering the valley and everything,
Yeah, because of the landscape and shit. Yeah.
right? But Rancho is this whole other beast. Rancho like cuts across the entire city of Vegas
Yeah.
at a fucking angle.
Yeah. It's so weird. I
And
walked
the
out-
thing I want to talk about, the thing I want to fucking talk about Rancho is that this city is cut across like this by Rancho.
Uh-huh.
And there are streets like, so when I go to a buddy's house of mine who lives on Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
So so Rancho runs like this.
Right.
Alexander actually runs from east to west and it hits Rancho here. Right?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and then it's actually another street over here. It's not Alexander
It's not
anymore.
yeah.
It's a different street on this side of the road.
Oh, that's not
It's
bad.
Alexander. It fucking cuts up Rancho, and then Alexander continues up here.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like Rancho, it's like Rancho's an earthquake, where like all the streets got shifted up.
Shifted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything got shifted.
It's like,
And the other fucked up part too, at that same point where it goes Rancho, Alexander, you know what goes the other fucking way?
huh?
That's the
What?
beginning of Martin Luther King.
Oh,
Wow.
And they're the same street back to back
Holy
at
shit.
an angle because Alexander decided to take a fucking break and then continue going later in life. Like a
nah, I'm gonna go this way.
I'm gonna forge my own path.
That shit's dumb. That's so funny. I love shit like that because whenever people who don't live in Vegas, I love describing Vegas to them
how so?
because it's fucking like, oh yeah, for one, I love fuck, I had this today. Like, you can live in Vegas? Yeah.
What? Who
It's
asked you
not-
that?
The strip. No, like people don't actually like they say when people are like, "Oh, you live in Vegas?" Like it said like you can live in Vegas? Like,
You can live on the strip? No.
no. It's like, well, where do you live? In a fucking house.
Like
where?
you.
In Vegas. But where in Vegas?
Apartment. Outside of the
It's-
fucking strip.
It's in Vegas. It's just there. You can see the casinos from your house? Well, yeah, you can see the casinos fucking everywhere.
They're tall as
It's
shit.
the tallest shit. It's Vegas. It's not like
Fucking
it's
everywhere.
not New York. There's not a shit ton of tall buildings. There's one there's one fucking skyline, and it's way the fuck over there. And it also has a fucking stratosphere, which can basically be seen from the whole fucking city.
Pretty much.
That and the Luxor light, which for anyone who doesn't know is a giant pyramid that literally shoots a beam of light into the sky that I'm like half convinced is for aliens.
It's visible. It's very visible from space. Yeah. But yeah, and then fucking shit like that. Like, oh yeah, we have a street that never changes directions, but is actually 3 different streets. And people just look at you and like,
What?
what? I don't know.
I don't know. Vegas.
Vegas ends in 3 different spots. What are you talking about? Well, it's actually 3 different cities. What the fuck does that mean? Exactly.
Because Vegas,
North Las Vegas and Henderson.
right? Those are all like
The big cities.
cities
Yeah.
with like
Big ass fucking quotations.
because Vegas itself, Las Vegas itself contains all three of
All
those
3 of those,
sectors,
yeah.
let's say.
yeah.
But each one of those sectors got so big they became cities kind of unto themselves.
They all have their own fucking
They have their own
to police
culture. They have
departments.
they have their own metro system.
yeah.
Like
well, no, Metro is
it's I'm saying like they have their own police. Which
Yeah.
here it's Metro, the Metropolitan Police Department,
yeah, which is
LVMPD,
for the whole of Vegas.
right? But that's mostly concentrated here.
Yeah,
There's what they call Northtown in North Las Vegas.
North Las Vegas, which is
The North Las Vegas Police Department.
is the ghetto. Like, there's no getting around it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then there's the what do they call it in Henderson? I actually don't go up there that much.
I don't know.
Would it just be like Henderson PD?
Yeah,
Probably,
Henderson
yeah.
PD. Yeah,
Are those the guys who dressed in like the light khaki?
I think so.
Or are those
yeah.
the people who are on Paradise?
No.
Because Paradise, oh, by the way, Paradise also has its own police force.
Well,
Completely separate from everyone else, too.
that one can be that can be more touted as being a fucking large security force because it's the Strip.
Yeah,
And have you
money
heard of the
maker,
crazy
yeah.
fucking shit that happens on the Strip?
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking what is the fucking shooting that happened recently? And then there was
The October 17th shooting.
yeah. And then
I
there
believe that was the date.
And,
Was that the date? I don't remember.
Something it was in October. We're coming up with the 1-year anniversary now, actually.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
it.
My mom was
Like
actually
right? Yeah.
my mom was actually in that concert and it was hilarious.
Really?
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
really?
It's kind of funny. My mom's like, I see her as a badass because she's always like, she doesn't take shit from anybody. She's one of those people.
Okay.
I take after her a lot.
Clearly.
Like when someone told me like, hey, that concert's being shot up, my brain, I literally said it out loud to them. I was like, all right, she's either dead or fine. She's fine. She's
Thank you for clearing that up.
yeah, no, she's fine. It was funny because I told my mom that and she laughed because she was like, yeah, that's just
Sure.
about like what I expected you to think because like that's what the fuck else
It's
am I
like
gonna
it's
think?
either I don't have a mother anymore or she's totally fine.
Oh, she's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's every like that's yeah. It was
Crazy, man.
yeah, it was crazy to hear. I was like, I'll mourn when it's confirmed that she is dead, but if not, then we're just gonna continue as
It's like,
usual.
I'll mourn when I find the body.
Yeah, basically, like Like
Kill confirmed.
he's like confirmed. It's like, ah, shit, better start crying.
Yeah, it's like kill confirmed.
Single tear. Yeah, it's like, wow, it's one a tear.
That's actually a thing. Like I introduced him to the it's actually a joke from Venture Brothers,
yeah.
where like it's like Brock. I think it's his name, Brock, the big buff,
yeah,
big
Brock Samson.
Brock Samson shares. He's hanging out with like Hatred, I think is what his name is. Big buff dude with the big ass H on his face.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with him, and he's like, "Oh, what you eating there? Skittles. Oh, can I have some?" And he puts one in his hand. He's like, "One, a Skittle."
Yeah.
And like he's like, what's so funny about the joke? It's like, you'll see.
You'll see.
And like anytime I bring up one of a thing, he just busts it out and we both die.
It's fucking, because it is funny. In that context, it's not as funny. It's funny used as a joke in other places.
Yes, very much so.
Exactly.
It's very much like a setup joke.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It's one of those like very memeable jokes.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I don't understand memes anymore.
Not anymore. Because like did we discuss this previously? How they're now hieroglyphs and not
Yeah, no,
fucking
they're
words anymore?
advancing beyond.
Yeah.
Like we're going full circle in language. We're going back to pictographs.
Yeah. Like
No,
it has become its
Like
own language.
Yeah, centuries from now, this is how they interpret how we were.
Yeah. Fucking
Through
stupid.
memes.
Fuck, what is that one line from Patrick where it's like wombology, the study of
The
wombo.
stumbology, the study of wombo.
It's going to be that, but memes. Memeology will be a real field in the future.
It will
Mark my
absolutely.
words.
Yeah.
Probably.
It'll probably be like a side branch of anthropology.
Probably, yeah.
I think they have been like using memes to like study for college or some shit like that.
It's hilariously like stupid shit has hilarious like serious scientific investments in it, and it's
How so?
like memes. Like you could analyze the state of a community of people by what they joke about.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like a social psychology thing.
Yeah, and but like you could do it with nothing but memes, and that's stupid. But it has like real like solid shit to it. It's
Oh yeah, like because all jokes have a basis in misery and reality.
yeah.
So I mean, oh god, can you imagine if just bear with me here. Bear with me now.
I'm gonna try.
Can you feed an AI cloud network enough memes for it to understand humans?
I don't think so.
I
Like
don't think so either.
like if you gave it enough memes, could it like understand jokes and things?
It could probably understand the concept of a joke, not humanity as a whole,
Yeah.
but the concept of human jokes, possibly.
They probably
Like,
have a fucked up
it-
sense of humor.
Like you'd have to feed it damn near everything, but I'm pretty sure it could do it. Yeah.
They actually tried to do that. Do you remember? Do you remember hearing about Taybot? I think is what they called it. It was like a Microsoft experiment with AI, where people on Twitter could talk to the bot by tweeting it,
Mm-hmm.
and like by the end of the day or by the end of the week, it was like a right-wing Nazi supporter or something.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
Like it would
God.
actually say things like Hitler did nothing wrong,
Oh
and
my
like
fucking
that's
God,
so
that's
funny.
amazing.
and like
that's-
of course Microsoft shut it down immediately
Yeah.
with the bot tweeting like, "Oh, I have to go to sleep now, but I'll talk to you guys later."
No,
It's never coming back.
No, it's
I have to
not.
go.
Not unless they wipe that shit and redo it. But speaking of AIs, a long time ago, not a long time ago, but a while ago, probably like last year or something, they had somebody somewhere, it might have been, I don't know who it was, but they had, I think it was Dell or something, they developed two AIs,
Okay.
and they had them talk to each other, and they understood
Oh, I
language.
remember
Yeah,
this.
And then they made up a language that couldn't be decoded at all.
So like, no,
shit.
fuck it.
They fucking unplugged both of them. They're like, "Fuck this, we can't. No, like, if we can't
Skynet
understand,
up in
yeah,
the
like
bitch. Oh, God. What have we
immediately,
done?
we have developed Skynet. Let's shut it down." Like,
Well, and the thing about that one too, I actually looked into that experiment. It wasn't like a traditional language like you and I
No.
would think. It was like it'd be because they wanted them to virtually trade objects based on perceived value
yeah,
that they themselves would set up, and the language by the end of it was like coconut, coconut, coconut 3, coconut 4. You know, like it was just like it would use words in a like such a vastly advanced way we couldn't even understand it.
It was that I think the thing I heard something about it, like the programs were designed to use the English language in the perfect way.
Right, like the most efficient way.
Yeah,
Shit,
so
really?
the both of them, because they're both developed to do this, would use it in a way that we couldn't even fucking understand
Mhm.
because it was beyond like our comprehension of our own fucking language.
Right.
That's some crazy shit.
Which is just fucking insane. And they're like, we don't understand what the fuck they're saying. They're speaking English. We have no idea what they're saying.
So
like-
basically, they're having like a conversation with just one word, huh?
No, they
I
would
mean,
use they would use multiple words, but they would use like the most efficient possible way
Yeah.
of using those words.
like,
Damn.
it was a whole other language by itself.
yeah. Like fucking, it probably had like secret code in it or something too. Because
That's what it was, 'cause, like when they broke it down, they were like, oh yeah, they would use these words in this sequence, or they would use this word this many times and then follow it up with this to signify this in our regular speak.
right,
And the like our phrase would be much longer than theirs.
right.
Shit.
Like it would be like 4 words for like 8 or 10.
It's like they give a sentence and it doesn't really make sense, but then you like shuffle the letters around and it makes something else that's like actually makes sense. You're like, oh well, fuck, they're just using words as code to send messages that have to be decoded, and then they just read it as that and then send it back something else. Like I'm actually pretty sure that's
So
pretty sure.
anagram sentences, like entire sentences.
Yeah, but like with just like with basic words, where the entire sentence would be another sentence.
Yeah, like the whole sentence is an anagram unto itself.
Yeah, in itself, but it says something else. Like I don't like fucking coconuts love cows on Tuesday, but it says something like completely different.
And yeah, like it'd be something to that effect, really, with that study, and it blows my mind, dude, that we're getting to that point. So
Well,
so here's the thing.
We've reverted from that
Yeah,
point because
we-
it's a
we
little
got-
too far.
We got a little bit scared of that point.
But so here's
down.
so here's the question though, right? If we get to the point where we have like Deus Ex Machina, the
I mean,
movie,
Deus Ex,
the movie,
Oh,
fuck.
I don't think I've seen that movie, actually.
Shit, what movie was that?
that was the one with the android that looked really, really human. That was like from 2016.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
So like Deus
I
Ex
was like,
Machina.
you mean Blade Runner, the movie that was made a long ass time ago? But no, I know what you're talking
No. So if we go into actual like androids that look, feel, speak, emote, everything just like us,
about. Yeah.
do you consider that a being? Is that like another thing?
It was still a machine. It's just a machine that's designed to look like a.
That's
Like here's
a
the
nice question,
I had
yeah.
to I
Like
had this discussion.
Like at what point is it sentient to you? Because for me, as far as I'm concerned, there are no robots. We don't have robots in this world. We only have machines.
fuck does that mean?
So like for me, a robot, like the robot is
a robot. I actually believe robot is like not an anagram. Fucking like it's a shortened version of like a it means it like means autonomous machine. It doesn't mean something else. Robot means autonomous machine. It operates on its own. That's what robot means. I can't remember what it is exactly, but that's the definition of a robot. It is still considered a machine. It's just also considered autonomous.
yeah. But I'm saying like most of the robots we have now, I consider way more to be machines than actual robots. So like a robot would be like
A self-driving car is a robot.
I'm saying, like a robot in my eyes. Like think of like, you remember the movie Flubber?
Barely, but yes.
You know,
Yeah,
remember the little
remember that.
assistant, the little flying thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That itself is what I consider a robot.
Yeah.
An intelligent thing that can think by itself, do things by itself, and it, like that thing was basically sentient.
There you
It
go.
just didn't have a humanoid form.
That's different.
So an AI.
Kind of like I think a machine with an actual
That's
AI would be what I consider a actual true robot. Otherwise, it's just more of an autonomous machine.
That's what
An android is where it's like it's like The robot
Androids-
with the human form, with the
Yeah,
humanoid form.
that's-
Then
that's-
cyborg being the mix
Yeah,
between the
that's
two.
like opposite kind of.
I see most of the robots that we have now. I see as more like the basic, like more on the level of autonomous machine than actual, like Asimov robot.
Oh.
That's what I consider a robot.
Oh, is the 3 laws? Got it. Okay, that I see where you're coming from now. Like, well, I mean, technically, those would, like, within a certain point would be also considered androids, like iRobot would.
Right.
But technically, but less so because they're not designed to have
Look like us.
Yeah, like, well, not like have the skin and shit, but yeah.
Right.
Like they're still designed to be a robot, like to be
Yeah.
a servant.
And then there's the Frankenstein-esque androids who are lifeless things given life by a person, but are still a machine and technically lifeless in itself. Yeah, there's a whole like
Because a
7-hour discussion.
lot of the robots that we have now, like the ones that build cars and stuff, I just see those as glorified machines. They've given a chip so they can do the same task without having someone right there with them, but it's still a machination.
A fucking, what are they called? A plow is a machine.
It's a tool, really.
Yeah, but it's still considered a machine.
Right.
It can be put in that category.
Yeah,
Like machine is a very wide
it
term.
is.
Yeah.
A robot like breaks that down to a machine that can operate on its own. And yeah, robots that like build the fucking robot arms are considered robots because they operate off of an AI. Well, not an AI, a program. They operate off a program.
Yeah, don't need somebody like pushing a button basically.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like constant like fucking man operated. Yeah. But it can operate on its own. The tiny robot arm tools they use for surgery would be considered a machine because it is constantly
Used by a
operated
person.
by, by a person, and that makes sense in that regard. But from fucking fuck is it like car building arm to like sentient android, all robot, just at different levels of intelligence.
Sure, but again, my
Like no, I
my
understand where you're
cutoff-
coming from.
my cutoff for robot versus machine is it intelligent?
Well, you could give something the illusion of intelligence.
Like to
Like
quote
they've done that.
to quote Small Soldiers from 2004 or 5, whenever that movie came out.
Oh yeah.
Not
Little-
artificial intelligence, actual intelligence.
Yeah. Fucking.
Because I mean, I think it'd be
stupid.
really interesting if humanity were to ever actually make a sentient thing.
Well, that see, then you get into the discussion of what is
Sentience?
sentience, and I think the cutoff is absolute self-awareness, like we are.
Like how I know I am a human.
Yeah.
Right.
But even then, at very like, and that's not like that's a learned thing. So you could argue that doesn't even count because they've done studies of this at really, really young ages. Kids
Mhm.
don't recognize their own face.
Yeah, it clicks in later.
Yeah, like
It's a
way
developmental
later.
thing.
So it's not like an inborn thing; it's a taught thing. So
Mhm.
could you teach something to be sentient, or does that even count? Because children are sentient; they're things. So what the fuck is the cutoff?
Well,
line?
they're alive, but I'd argue they're not sentient until a certain point. Because there's a moment where you like
Sentient-
bear
no,
with
no, no,
bear
no,
with
no.
me on this. Bear with
Sentience
me.
is not fucking intelligence.
No. Bear with me on this one. There is a
gonna
point.
try.
There is a point where you, so to speak, click on as you. Like what's the first
guess.
memory you have? Like the furthest back memory you've got, and that's when you were like, oh shit, I'm alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like you think you can only think back to maybe like 2-3 years old, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
if that,
Like
yeah.
you can't really remember like, your first month being alive. You were alive as a collection of cells and things, but you were not Jacob the person.
Right.
You were Jacob the infant.
The
The Jacob
being
yeah.
until like the person.
The person part doesn't click on until a couple years down the line.
That's true. I can
That's
get
what
where
I'm
you're
saying,
coming-
like,
I get where you're coming from.
You are
Doesn't make fucking
alive.
sense. but
You're
yeah.
you're alive, but your sentience doesn't come on until later. Like you don't realize I am me, like that whole thing
Right.
doesn't like it's a clinical thing that they show it with kids. Like the whole concept of like I am me doesn't click on until like about 2 or 3 years old.
Sometimes later than that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think it goes back to you. Like, can you teach that? And that's an interesting question.
Can you prove that? Well, here's the thing. Can you prove that infants aren't sentient? Because they can't really communicate whether they're sentient or not, can they?
Oh, like that whole thing of like, oh, what if babies are smart as shit? They just can't say anything.
Yeah, they just can't say anything, which probably isn't that true.
Nah.
They don't have the at that young of an age, none of your shit is in order enough for you to absorb enough information to actually be
Of course.
relatively considered.
But it's always
an
that joke
intelligent
of
being.
it's always that joke of like, what if they're like smart as shit, but they just can't tell us?
Communicate, yeah.
Going all fucking Jaden Smith on her ass. Is that-
Yeah, fucking. The
I could have sworn that
UUC
was a tweet he actually
I'm pretty
made
sure
too.
It was man.
Probably. Some shit like there was always some shit like the you see in the mirror isn't actually you. It's only a fucking an image of what you think you are or something like some shit like that.
Some bullshit.
Some bullshit like
know.
that.
I know the tweet you're talking about.
Some of it, if you looked like if you have an actual brain and you thought about it for a second, you're like, oh yeah, that is kind of deep. But none of it was like, whoa.
Yeah,
it was all
mind
stupid shit.
blown.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess 100 monkeys in a room with typewriters.
Because technically, you don't see your own face ever.
No,
You see a reflection of an image of what you think is your face,
right.
or recording.
Again, going back to the last episode, that whole thing of like, my brain is composed mainly of chemicals. But fool that you are, you rely on those chemicals in your brain to tell you that they're chemicals.
Yeah. That and then there's a whole nother fucking situation in itself. Like, what is reality?
Yeah, and that whole fucking shebang.
Like, and
It's
can
like-
you prove that reality is a thing?
And that kind of like dips a toe in the water of like, are we all living in a matrix and
Yeah,
shit?
like, are we living in a simulation? If we get out of that simulation, is that still a fucking simulation? Or is it like what? At one point, does reality actually become reality? Like, and that's just weird.
And we're too sober for all of that.
I don't know. Fucking do you have to, yeah, fucking bomb noise. So dumb. I hate,
And so here's the other thing too, right? About going back to the androids and the robots thing.
right.
If an android were like, think of like Android on the level of Android 18,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Which those are made from people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Technically,
modeled
technically, they're cyborgs because they
yeah.
they were just called androids in the dub.
Yeah.
But like, if an android were to exist on the level of Android 18, like an actual full-on android,
I think you would use a better example of the Blade Runner series because those were
fine. Let's go with the Blade Runner androids.
because those are actually androids. Androids in Dragon Ball Z are technically cyborgs, so they're not the best example.
Well,
Fine.
Those two are considered. Like,
Well, yeah, but the other guy was
16 is an android.
16 is an
Yeah,
android, but he was very
16.
obviously an android.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 8 feet tall and could lift cars.
And fucking like talked like a machine. He was too
Can we-
too
can
far in
we-
the other direction.
Can we kill Son Goku now?
Yeah, like fucking he was way too far in the other direction of I'm a machine. Am I alive? Blah blah blah.
Right,
But
right.
Blade Runner like
They were sentient things.
yeah, there like fucking Blade Runners were specifically like their job was to find replicants because no one else can tell.
Right.
Because they were so much like humans that you could look at one, have a whole conversation with one, turn
And
around
never know.
and never know. Someone would turn around and tell you that's a replicant, and like we were like, it was. He seemed human to me, and it's like exactly, like yeah. It's just a better example of what you're trying to say. I'm trying to help you here.
Okay, so fine. We'll go with the replicant example. An android on the level of a replicant. Then, is that something you would ever consider? Again, considering it's an actual sentient being,
Mm-hmm.
is that anything you would ever consider being able to love? Can a human genuinely love an android?
This all loops back into other conversations of what is actual love. Is it something that you actually like? Is it an actual emotion? Like, well, yeah, it's an actual emotion, but is it or is it anything more than a series of chemicals that fire off in your brain when you look or talk to a certain person?
Right.
Like, that's the argument for that. Like, the problem with the argument about androids is that it all loops back to what the fuck are humans
Pretty much. Yeah.
in the first place.
Right.
So it's like, if is this thing real? It's like, what is reality? Can this thing love? What the fuck is love? Is it sentient? What is sentience? Like, that's all the questions that loop back around to
the things that we're trying to answer about us.
Yeah.
And I think that's the craziest thing too. Like, a robot or an android would bring about so many philosophical questions that we've kind of just been like
Pushing to the side.
putting off to the side. Like, what's
can-
sentience? We can worry about that later. What about space? Oh yeah, we can answer space.
Yeah, we can answer space. Yeah, meteor, death. Like,
Hey, so what happens after?
Fastball, yeah, that's called the sun.
yeah, like that's simple shit in compared to this.
What is your reality composed of? I don't feel like answering that right now.
Like,
What's
let's
it?
I
push
don't
that-
feel like blowing
Let's
my
push
own
that
mind
to
right
the
now.
side. That's hilarious.
What's at the bottom of the ocean? Yeah, let's answer that question.
Fucking, we barely answer that.
Yeah, let's see
honestly.
Cthulhu's down there.
Yeah, that's hilarious that when we question our own reality, is that the very moment we push reality to the side and try to look at what we think is real to like shit that's solid, but we don't know whether that's solid or not because we push the concept of reality out the door.
Right.
It kind of seems like a snake like eating itself, basically.
Yeah,
Really, yeah. Like,
what
and
the
that's
fuck's the
why
world
I'm
serpent's
so
name?
glad Ouroboros.
Oh yeah, Ouroboros.
That's why I'm so glad that I'm not a philosopher,
Yeah.
because that's for them to decide. That's for them to get stoned as fuck and talk about for like days.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the like
Like that. You know what that actually reminds me of? There's a thing where I think it was like Aristotle or like one of the other like famous philosophers. One philosopher said that man is but a featherless biped, and another philosopher ran out, came back in a few minutes later screaming, "Behold a man holding a plucked chicken in his hand."
what the fuck? Oh yeah.
Because he said man is a featherless biped, so he went out, grabbed a chicken, plucked it, said, "Behold a man."
Yeah, and they're like, well, fuck,
And like,
you got
and
me there.
that's what like that's the thing about philosophy. It's like, oh, here's an idea. No, fuck your idea. It's stupid. Let's talk about how. But the beautiful thing about philosophy is, let's talk about why your idea is stupid and how we can make it better.
Yeah, like, what is a man? And then the truth about it is fucking terrifying. You as a person, the thing you think you are is not what you are. What you are is this big around inside of a bone casing controlling a meat puppet that replaces itself every 10 years.
Basically an organic
Skin
right there.
the outer layer every 7.
Yeah, the outer layer the outer layer every 7, and like fucking the rest like 2 years later, like 2-3 years later.
Yeah.
Besides the bone, because bone stay like you can place most of your bone, but I don't think you place all of it. Fuck, your teeth fall out and grow back. Like, that's a fucked up concept, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, no, to us it's normal. When you think about it, oh shit, we lose an entire
32 bones are now missing from your body.
Yeah,
No,
and grow back.
28, because I think you have less teeth as
You
a
have
kid.
less teeth when you're because
Wisdom.
wisdom teeth, yeah. And you think about, oh, that's normal, that's in nature. Sharks go through like hundreds of teeth in their lifetime.
We're not sharks.
Yeah, we're not fucking sharks. We're not even fish. We're mammals. I have a whole thing about I don't really consider sharks technically fish. They are in the water.
They're
They
pretty
have-
close.
They're close enough that
They're
like
close to,
scientifically
I'm saying they're
you just
closer to
call-
us. Like,
oh, sharks?
yeah. Like
Are
they
they?
kind of ride the line between fish and mammal, which is weird.
Do they?
Just like orcas.
Yeah.
Orcas are whales, but fuck, do they look and act a lot like fish?
Yeah, that's true.
But
you
orcas
could
are
say-
assholes.
Yeah, orcas are assholes. Fucking there's a lot of creatures where you could like they can ride the like fucking platypuses. Fucking,
Platypi are mammal.
No, exactly. But they have duck bills, lay eggs, and have poison
Beaver
fucking
teeth. Or beaver tails.
yeah, beaver tails and
Webbed
have
feet. A duck bill. Poisonous barbs on their back right foot, I think, or but maybe both
I
back
think it's
feet.
both. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's
Yeah.
like it's not even like a weak shitty poison like a jellyfish. It is like
It's
Poisonous,
toxic.
poisonous.
It's good shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it'll-
know
shit,
that.
but
like it'll
it's-
fuck you up.
Yeah. Like what the fuck is a platypus?
A Cerberus.
Oh.
Or not Cerberus, what the fuck is it called?
Let's not forget too that the platypus actually sweats milk.
Yes.
What?
It sweats
It doesn't.
milk.
It doesn't have nipples.
That's not unique to the platypus.
It produces milk through like it lactates through its skin. So like the baby platypus just kind of licks the mom.
Echidnas also do that.
Not and of course their 3-headed spike-headed penis.
Four-headed
Four-headed spike-headed
penis.
penis.
You missed one. And then ducks with their corkscrew.
Oh yeah,
dicks.
ducks with the corkscrew penis. Animals are weird as shit.
And maze vaginas.
Yes, with
Like,
fake endings.
With fake yeah. Like, why are animals so like designed to not reproduce sometimes?
And we wonder why pandas are going extinct.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
They probably have like a game show in their vagina. You win the chance to reproduce.
You get to advance the species.
Oh no, you got miscarried. It's like, oh fuck, yeah. Jesus, spin the wheel, see what you get. Oh no, you got ejected from the vagina completely. Like, fucking, the world is a weird fucking
Just fucking
place.
spin the wheel. Oh, look at that. Chlamydia. Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Just like all the other, what is it called? Like all the other koalas. Like how all koalas have the clap. You know about that?
Yeah. Every single koala has chlamydia.
Oh.
It's like 99, if not 100% have chlamydia.
I think it's 100%.
Damn.
Every single koala has chlamydia. You must wash yourself after holding a koala.
Really?
Yes. Because it's actually like
damn.
transferable to people. Because it's
the same chlamydia.
It's the same chlamydia.
What the fuck is
Yes.
wrong with this place?
I have no idea.
It's Australia. I'm sorry to my. I'm very sorry to my Australian friend. I did not mean that.
Australians know Australia's fucked up. You think they don't know Australia is fucked up? Have you seen Australia? No, fuck that. Have you seen the shit? Well, yeah, but have you seen the shit in Australia? It is home to almost all of the most poisonous fucking creatures on the planet. That place was designed to kill everything that tries to live in it.
And they somehow figured out a way.
Somehow, they still have giant ass spiders they have to deal with whenever they go shit.
Size of dogs.
They know what I'm talking about. Fucking, like, yeah. And they're not like, oh shit, it's a big ass spider. It's a big ass spider.
Yeah, we're talking like your two hands end to end. Like, that's the spider.
This is the spider. No,
No.
This is the spider.
With tiny baby
Fuck you.
spiders on top of it.
Oh yeah, because that's a thing too. Like
oh, yeah.
that one
fucking-
vine where the dude like hits the spider with the broom,
Yeah.
leaves the house, like gets in a car, goes to space, nukes the Earth.
Yeah.
Hell nah to the nah.
When you guys, remember when we went running with Josh and you're like, is that a scorpion? I was like, no, it's a fucking camel spider. If you ever see a camel spider in real life, kill it. Those things are terrifying. They're not poisonous. They take a chunk out of your fucking skin and eat it because they're
That's
carnivorous
a power move.
and they have giant fucking mandibles. I had one in my house. I'm pretty sure it took a chunk out of my fucking foot because that shit did not heal right and it came out of nowhere.
When was this?
Like probably like a week ago or something.
What?
Yeah. I saw it. I was up late at night. I looked down and I was like, what the fuck is that? Because it's a spider. Like my immediate thought, spider. I was like, no, it looks like a scorpion. Why does it have, no, it doesn't have a tail, but it's got like, because it holds out like its front fucking like legs. And I think they have, they look like they have claws at the end. So I was like, it's a weird ass scorpion. No, it's not a scorpion. I killed it, looked at it. I was like, the fucking camel spider. And these things like, they're like koi fish. They grow according to their environment. So if they have enough space, they get fucking huge.
Really?
Yes. I think, no, I didn't show you a picture, but there's a picture of soldiers in Afghanistan holding two of them. One's like latched to the ass of the other.
Okay.
And like, it's like, oh, this is a big ass insect. Like, it was one thing. No, it's two, but they're still like, one is like this fucking big.
Holy shit.
Nightmare. Nope.
The body itself is that.
Jesus fuck.
They get huge. And their legs are like
No.
fucking just like, this would be the leg span of it just normally, not even stretched out.
Oh my god.
And like the mandibles are like that. Just one.
Holy shit.
One mandible of a fucking camel spider. Like it's like 80% of its face, but still. Fuck. Camel spiders are terrifying.
No shit, yeah.
Like, spiders are scary. Camel spiders
A
come
whole
out of
other
other
level.
spiders' nightmares.
It's the predator of spiders.
Camel spiders eat other spiders. Like, they might actually be a thing.
Wait, are camel spiders the one that hunt birds?
No. Those are like, I think those are specifically called like bird catcher spiders.
Okay, because I've seen those videos with a bird catching spider. It's fucking like they'll take
Spider
sparrows
catches
out of the air.
Yeah.
Like the
fucking
bird will just be
terrifying.
chilling, like looking for like another bug. The bug's like, I found you.
Yeah.
The
Fucking.
hunter became the hunted.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
they
fuck
just
else was I
fucking
gonna say?
snatch him. Like they'll just be on the ground, right? The bird flies overhead, just goes yoink, grabs the spider, grabs the thing out of the air, bites it over.
I've watched a video of a tarantula eat a snake.
I've seen that one.
That's terrifying. Spiders are horrible.
Because you're like, oh yeah, the snake's totally gonna. What?
What the fuck? Like, yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say about camel? Oh yeah. When I was in basic training, my fucking drill sergeant, he like, how do we do it? We asked the question because like camel spiders are a huge thing over like for the troops over in Afghanistan and shit. Because they get fucking huge.
Right.
Like, what do we do if we see one? His advice, not shitting you, either drop a locker on it,
A whole locker.
a whole locker, or get a barrel or a bucket and roll that thing over.
Holy
Actual fucking advice. And I was like, holy shit, that's terrifying.
And
those are the two things you can do to get rid of a camel
an
spider.
entire locker,
An entire locker.
fully
or what-
loaded with shit.
Probably, most likely, slam it on that bitch, or run it over with a bucket. Or I guess a Jeep if you fucking see it, like while you're
Jesus
driving.
What about a boot?
No!
Nope, apparently not.
It's like fucking, like, it's like half the size of my shoe. I can't really crush that effectively. Like, that would be like multiple stomps.
yeah, you got a curb
Oh my
stomp that
God.
bitch.
You'd have to like mush the shit out of that thing. You'd have to like, fuck, no, stop moving! Fucking die!
Just unload a couple rounds.
Yeah, like fuck it.
Oh.
If that were allowed, they'd probably do it.
What is he? A camel spider. Unload a round.
What the fuck is it?
You've seen Starship Troopers.
Yeah, basically, like fucking freaks. No, did you see that vine of the dude who like runs up to like grass and just fires at it with a shotgun? And dude's like, "What the fuck was that?" He's like, "You didn't see that fucking spider?" Like,
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Like that's what would happen if we were allowed to shoot in fucking in camps and shit with their fucking camel spiders if we saw them. Because another thing is that camel spiders and fucking scorpions hide in your boots.
Yeah, I've heard that actually.
How do you get rid of them?
You gotta tap.
You
it.
just gotta shake it.
You shake it out.
Fuck.
And if it doesn't come out, fuck it. I guess it's strong. You put it on your boots, and all you feel you either hear crunch
Oh no!
or you get stung.
Oh fuck!
Either way, you're not gonna feel good.
Can we please change the topic? I don't want to talk about fucking spiders anymore.
Jesus. Camel spiders are terrifying. That's all. That's it. Like,
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna end
moral
it.
of the story.
Moral of the story is, don't fuck with camel spiders.
Which is funny because you started off with kill them.
Kill them. If you see one, kill it. If you
Burn
can't
it with
kill it,
fire.
run.
If you can't kill it, leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Move to another state.
Move
or
to another.
country.
I don't even think that helps because
Oh my
I didn't
God.
know they were here. I legit thought they were just over there. No, apparently they're here too.
They followed
We-
you back. That's why.
We are
Yeah.
we are a desert after all.
I know we are, but I didn't think they were here in the United States. I thought they were over there in the Middle East, like specific to that area. Apparently not.
I mean, German cockroaches are over here in the United States, and they're
That's
German cockroaches. Shit happens.
That's more of a ship. Like you can explain that through like, oh, they got into shipping.
Oh, I
containers
know,
and
but it's
shit.
like they were German cockroaches. They should
Yeah.
have stayed in Germany, but because
Germany.
shit happens,
Yeah,
we got them here too.
yeah.
Though, frankly, I'll take the American cockroach over the German ones anytime because the American ones are the little garden type that are like this big.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the garden variety. That's like the American one.
The Germans are the one with the wings, right?
Yeah, the big orange fuckers.
Okay, because I've
Fuck
seen
those.
garden variety ones that get fucking huge.
Yeah, I have to.
Seeing cockroaches like this fucking big.
Well, that's a different one. Because there's actually three. There's the garden variety, which is the smaller one.
Mhm.
They're the bigger bodied all black ones that look kind of like armored.
Yeah.
That's probably the ones you're talking about. Then there's the German cockroach, which is the slightly longer, slimmer, and orange one.
Yeah, with the wings. Yeah.
And then the only reason I know that, ironically enough, is because I used to be deathly afraid of cockroaches.
Really?
Yes.
They're fucking everywhere.
I know.
Must have been a horrible phobia.
It was for a very long time. It must have been a good decade of my life. And here's the thing: I'm only 2 decades old, so for literally half my life, I've been afraid of cockroaches.
Your body has replaced itself at least once.
That's why I'm no longer. I shed my bitch skin.
Shed the bitch skin.
So let me tell you the story about this cockroach phobia, right? Sorry to anyone who doesn't like hearing about cockroaches, but if you've been through the camel spider talk, you're good.
Say, if you made it through camel spiders, I'm pretty sure you're ready for this.
So.
And if you're currently looking up camel spiders, I am sorry.
Stop. Get some help.
No, it's probably too late. It's time to stop.
It's time to stop.
So,
anyways,
about the story about this cockroach. I don't think I've ever told this story to you guys.
No.
So, I was maybe 5, maybe 6 years old, right? I was really, really little, like super little, right? Like first grade, like first couple years of school, easy, right? I'm getting ready to go and take a shower, and I pull back my shower curtains, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pull back my shower curtains, and in the shower, like in the tub itself, I shit you not, was a enormous Madagascar hissing roach.
Ah, no.
See, here's the thing. Those I don't mind.
Really?
Because they're not like the other ones. They're like, do you know what they look like?
I actually don't.
They're like this. Think of a potato, but cut in half.
A potato cut in half with legs.
Well,
big as shit.
I've never seen one.
So here's the thing. Before that incident happened, I would squish cockroaches like no problem. They were bug. I would just squish, stomp, stomp. Right? No big deal. Then I see a fucking cockroach the size of my goddamn forearm. I lose my shit. I run out of the room screaming. You know, my mom comes out. What's going on? Why are you screaming? Are you hurt? Are you bleeding? Are you dying? You know, what's going on? I'm like, no, there's you know, when you're scared, you just lose all language.
Fucking potato legs black.
So my mom or my dad, whoever. Yeah, and it hissed at me. That's the other fucking thing.
Yeah,
I pulled the thing. It hissed at me. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm out. Right. Go out. One of my parents, who's either my mom or my dad, we go. So I take him back to the bathroom. I'm like, look. Of course, it's not fucking there.
Oh.
It's gone. Not a trace of it.
I fucking hate it when that happens. Like you see the bug, you're trying to kill it, and then it's fucking gone.
Oh, I had no intentions of killing that fucking thing. That thing was relatively speaking, that thing was a 16th my size.
No, hissing cockroaches, I don't mind that much because they're not as like disgusting looking as fucking other ones. Because like they have shorter legs, they're fatter, they're slower. I don't know how fucking long you were gone from that bathtub. Relatively, they're slower, and they make a noise to like
indicate where they are.
Yeah, that gives away their location. So it's not as fucking like, oh, there's a oh shit, it's a cockroach. It's there's a okay, there's a hissing cockroach. That's different. Like,
no, on the contrary. Like I was fine with regular cockroaches. The hissing cockroach, it was totally unexpected. Again, 1/16 my size. I lost my shit. From that day forward for a good 10 years, I couldn't fucking look at, be in the same room as, or God forbid, step on a cockroach. I feel like it was really karmic punishment. Like, oh, okay, asshole, you have no, and because at the time when I was a little kid, I had no fears. I wasn't afraid of getting hurt. I wasn't afraid of getting dirty, dying, anything. I was just, I was a regular kid.
Right.
So it was literally, oh my God, my fucking life is literally that one comic.
The movie.
No fear, Madagascar hissing roach. One fear.
Or the movie, was it? It's not Ants. The fuck was the one where the kid gets shrunk and has to live with ants?
Ant bully?
Ant bully.
Ant-Man?
No, the ant bully fucker. He shrinks on his own. The kid gets shrunk.
Yes, the prequel to Ant-Man.
The prequel to Ant-Man.
Ant Boy.
The ant bully. Fuck you. But yeah, the kid like fucks with ants and they're like, oh, we'll shrink him down to our size. Instead of killing him, they like take him in, which is weird. Because I'm pretty sure. as someone who has watched multiple ant colonies just rip shit apart, if you
They would eat him.
Yeah, they would
Right.
fucking destroy his ass. They'd rip him from limb. Like,
And
fuck
feed him to larvae.
yeah. Well, ants don't really eat. Like, they don't really eat what they pick up. They like keep it. At least I know this.
Well, they feed it to the young, don't they?
They keep it so that it molds. And then they eat the mold.
Oh, right.
I know at least I know that at least of leafcutter ants. I cannot say exactly for other species.
Yeah, I know the leafcutter ants is that they cut certain leaves because that certain leaf produces a certain mold that's then edible.
Yeah, that's edible for them. Termites don't actually eat. Well, they eat wood. They can't actually digest.
Yeah, but they to make their houses and stuff.
Well, yeah, but there's an organism inside of them that eats it.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck?
They eat the wood, and then I want to call it. It's not symbiotic, but it's also not technically parasitic. Like little like fucking bacteria or whatever eat the wood
Oh, okay.
inside of
And then
them.
make a thing that they can then
Nope.
use. So why do they eat the wood in the first place?
Fucking termites. Who knows?
Just have a craving for it.
Termites are the dumbest fucking animal on the planet. They do one fucking thing that does not benefit them. I mean, you can say that for humans too, but like fucking, we do more shit. We know when we're dying. They don't. They're just like, I'm gonna eat this wood until more wood. Like fucking.
Hey, is that Tim? Fuck off, Tim. You know, if you're not gonna eat this wood, I am.
Tim's dead. Tim's been. Oh, meanwhile, Tim's been dead for like 4 hours. Big ass chunk of fucking like a wood chip stuff.
The animal kingdom is weird. Let's just
Animal-
agree to that. We've
Yeah.
gone over camel
We've been on that
spiders,
subject for a
orcas.
while. Yeah. Sharks.
Christ.
You know they don't have fucking air bladders like fish.
Sharks?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have one huge liver that spans the entire bottom of their body,
And that's how they float?
and that serves as their buoyancy thing.
Huh.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah,
Right.
weird, right?
Do
You
they-
know they don't have bones, right?
Yeah, it's all cartilage.
Yeah, it's all cartilage.
That's why they make such delicious soup, apparently. I've never tried shark fin soup, but I hear it's good.
Are they? Is that even? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, shark fin soup. It's a
No, I was
delicacy.
thinking of the cartilage was in. The
I'm pretty
thing.
sure it's black market shit now, but it's
Oh,
I heard it was
definitely-
good.
It's definitely black market shit now. Fucking yeah, they have no cartilage. They have
no, they have no bones. They're all cartilage.
They're all cartilage. They're like 90% muscle, and organs, of course. But they're like 90% muscle. They only have cartilage. Their teeth grow rapidly, and it's the only bones in their body. That's why you can't. it's
Bones
really-
in the jaw.
Yeah, no,
The jaw.
no,
No?
no.
The big fucking
Yeah,
White
all the things
bone-looking
all the
thing?
things you see of the plastered with the teeth stuck in it. That's plaster. That's not bone.
what?
Their jaws are also made of cartilage.
No.
Sharks are like 90% muscle. And I mean 90%. I'm not talking like, oh yeah, there's got bones here. No. The only bones in their body are their fucking teeth.
Hmm.
And they're all
Crazy,
sharp as
man.
shit.
Right.
Sharks are fucking weird. Yeah. So, no bones except their teeth. All their skeletal system is cartilage. 90% muscle. Big ass livers.
Mean as fuck.
Sometimes. Don't persist the stereotype. Jackass.
I know.
When people talking to a shark protector or one of the people who like prefers them to be around. Fucking, and they have jelly sacks in their face that detect electrical signals
Oh,
from
right.
other organisms' bodies.
Right.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Which is their coolest feature, but like, goddamn. And they can smell blood from like a mile away.
Oh, was that a
insane.
true thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mile away.
I thought that was just like a myth.
No.
That one's true.
They've tested that shit. Yeah. You could drop of blood. Fucking, I think I remember something a while ago I read that like, yeah, they tested it. They dropped like a single drop of blood in water. Like 3 sharks showed up 30 minutes later.
God damn.
Yeah. And they're like, fuck, it's true. Like they weren't lying. It's like, yeah, sharks are fucking, they know when something's up.
You know it's feeding time.
Yeah. And then there's crazy shit like hammerhead sharks have the fucking like weird faces. Tiger sharks can cut through damn near anything with their
Fucking
teeth.
No, that's not a shark. Never mind. Sorry.
What? It might be a shark.
Talk about the whale shark?
No, I was about to
Whale
say,
shark is a shark.
Is it? I thought it was a whale.
Really, dude.
No, because like isn't the whale shark the one that's like they call it a shark, but it's not really?
No,
No?
because it's a basking shark. Does the same fucking thing. Actually, I think there's 3 different sharks that aren't carnivorous. Or not carnivorous in the same way that other sharks are.
Not nom carnivorous more.
Yeah, they suck, not bite. Which is, never mind.
Don't. So speaking of feeding and food. What?
Nothing.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Speaking of food, I want to talk about something else too. So
Brown chicken, brown cow.
no,
Yes.
though what I'm going to talk about, what I do want to talk about is may have parts of chicken and or cow.
Hot dogs.
Yes.
Fuck you. That's the other thing.
So I want to talk about this thing.
The boiled or
Boiled versus grilled or sauteed.
Welcome to Boiled versus Grilled.
This isn't a game show, jackass. We're not sperm.
I am
In the animal kingdom.
It all comes together.
It comes full circle in this podcast.
It's a
robot
small
sharks.
world.
Yeah.
It's a small world after all.
Can robot sharks love a camel spider?
Oh God, I hope not. That would be a horrifying amalgam. Oh my God, I just thought of the fucking anime that has the
Camel shark.
It's an anime that has aquatic creatures that grow robotic parts, and there was a shark that has like robotic spider legs.
What?
Fucking terrifying.
What the fuck?
Let's get off that subject.
Let's get away
I'm
from,
sorry I brought it up. Back to hot dogs. Fuck
get away
that.
from nightmare fuel.
Yes, nightmare fuel. Indeed.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
All right.
So, yeah. Hot dogs. How do you make your hot dog, Devon? You're the third party in this.
I actually make them grilled. Actually.
Blasphemer for you. I know.
Yeah. Well, why?
Betrayal.
To be honest,
Really?
To be honest, like as I was a kid, or when I was a child, a children, as Black Dynamite would say.
When I was a children.
Yeah, when I was a child. But like when I was a child, like boiled was when I like used to make them basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I
it's-
was like born and raised with that.
It's simple. It's easy. You
Yeah.
don't have to deal with a lot of shit except the hot dog water, which has like one of the weirdest smells on the planet.
Exactly.
What are you doing sniffing hot dog water?
You don't sniff it. It's
You
just
smell
everywhere.
As you cook it though. You smell as you cook it.
It smells like hot dogs. It's good.
Raw hot dogs don't exactly smell good.
No, it doesn't.
Why? No, like my hot dog will...
Okay, no. Here's the thing. What the fuck kind of brand were you getting as a child?
I don't know.
Because that determines whether your hot dogs were good or not. Because
It'd be shit
if
like
you-
what's the baseball term? It's like a brand of hot dog that has like a baseball term for its
I
name.
think I know what you're talking about. Like
there's a brand called Ballpark.
Ballpark. That.
ballpark.
That's not a.
That's not a baseball term. Though.
It's literally a
Yeah,
ballpark.
it's
Like
literally a
it's not a term. It's a
Are
structure.
you talking about there was like a quote or something?
No, just ballpark. Like because
Yeah.
That's not a term.
That's the good shit. I was eating shit like fucking the Oscar Mayer shit, and that.
oh, you poor bitch.
Exactly. That's why I fucking argue with you that
You
it's
have to-
fucking horrible to
You have
boil
to
hot dogs.
grill, yeah, Oscar Mayer.
You have to fucking no. What? No, you have to cremate those fuckers for them to taste good. You don't. And the worst part is grilling it doesn't fucking do it because recently I've like grilled some hot dogs. Those shits don't cook all the way through for some reason. They get warm on the inside and don't cook all the way through.
Yeah.
The outside could be black, like your skin was charred in the fires of hell. The center will still be as pink as Kirby's asshole.
Well, what do you do? Do you like cut slits into it so that? or do
I
you
don't
just-
like actually like grill it. I use them like one of those foreman things. That's what I use currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
which
usually, like,
which
grill it.
works for most things that which is fine. I don't
Okay.
really cut slits in hot dogs. I cut slits in like hot links and shit.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
just to
like,
let the grease.
cooking the slits on like hot dogs and shit. I find that to like really cook it through more efficiently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
So the thing is, then you have to. So what you're saying is we're both right.
Yeah.
depending on the quality of the hot dog.
Of the hot dog, either way is fine. But if you have shitty hot dogs, boiling it is the worst option.
Why is that? Tell me. Speaking from the other. Hold up. Let me see if I can get this. Oh no, it doesn't show us both. So speaking from the other side of the tracks, what is a boiled like bar S hot dog or like a boiled Oscar Mayer hot dog? Like how does that differ from like a Nathan's or a Ballpark?
Oh my god! Like I can't describe. Like it's one of those horrifying events that can't be described because it's too traumatizing.
It can't be that bad.
We
It's
just got
fucking
through
bad,
camel
dude.
spiders and sharks. I'm pretty sure you can get through it.
I like sharks though.
Almost like you're gonna say I like camel spiders now.
No. I like the concept of a camel spider as like a horror movie image. Like, what is this thing? Oh, it's like not even enlarged or anything, just a regular fucking
A single camel spider.
Yeah, a fucking camel spider. Oh, look, a camel spider. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like,
I just imagine like you like seeing that, being like, oh my god, a camel spider, and then you seeing a boiled hot dog and just running out of the room.
it's like, oh, camel spider. I'm boiling hot dogs. Ah!
I'm just imagining like you get served 2 plates, right? You open one. Camel spider. Boiled. Wait, what brand is this?
Yeah.
It's Oscar
Brad is
Mayer,
just-
sir.
It's Oscar Mayer. Flips table.
No, it's like what brand is
No,
it?
not even that.
I can see.
Consumes camel spider.
Whole and alive.
Like not even dead, not smashed, just picks it up. Hold.
Still better.
Yeah, still better. The dude looks at you like, damn.
Damn.
Have you been on Fear Factor? No. Is this not Fear Factor? That's a boiled hot dog. That's terrifying.
Because I'll tell you what my experience has been with boiled hot dogs. Because I've always we've had like bar S and shit in the house before, but I've never touched them because I know they're shit.
That's the other brand that like.
Bar S is awful, like it's the worst. But like, so I've always either had like Nathan's, which is like one of the best ones, or because I think that's the ones I think you get like at Costco and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Well-
by the way are boiled.
Some of them. Again, it determines on what they are.
I know,
what brand they are and
But
shit.
like
And how
the
you boil
Nathan's
it,
one
too.
at Costco's are boiled, and then the
like for how long you do it.
yeah, and then the ones that I make at home I boil, and those are either Nathan's or the Ballpark ones, right? Anytime I make those, they come out juicy. They're moist because they're cooking in water, so they're not going to be dry or anything.
Like, lose moisture, yeah.
And when I eat them, they snap. They're fine. Like they're totally fine. That's why I was so confused when you were like, "What do you mean boiling
They
is a terrible
snapped?
option?"
They were that like rigid. Oh my god, you could take a boiled hot dog out of my fucking stove and wiggle it around like it was a fucking like floppy dick and slap somebody with it, and they would just put it in a bun and say eat it.
Dude, like the only hot dog I grill is the Johnsonville ones, because those are the ones that have like the actual casing, and I really appreciate the crisp when you break the actual casing it has.
Let's get back into philosophy. At what point does a hot dog become a sausage?
I think
Because Franks are pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
I think once you start going past like Polish hot dog, like once you go past that into like Frankfurter and shit, that's a sausage.
Sausage, yeah.
Like Polish hot dog is like
On
it's
the
like the
line,
missing link.
yeah.
I think. Like, because I think the difference between a sausage and a hot dog is a sausage is usually a bit thicker, has better quality materials, has a better casing around it, and will have better spicing.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are typically just the blend of meat with a thin casing around it.
Mostly meat.
Mostly meat.
Yeah, you've heard of the weird shit they put in hot dogs, right?
Yeah.
Like the leftovers
Yeah, I've
of
heard
the
of that.
animal
Mhm.
that they fucking chopped up, like the hooves
Look, I don't mind.
of cows and beaks of chicken. No, like it's consumable shit. I don't mind that it's in there. It's just crazy that that's what's in there.
Well, you got to remember, one of the most popular snacks for children right now, Jell-O, is made from fucking animal bones.
Yeah, is that not the most metal fucking
That
thing
is
ever?
Fucking awesome, man.
What do you feed your children? The bones of our deceased game.
The bone juice, the semi-solidified bone juice of animals. That's metal as fuck. But what is it? Jello.
Jell-O.
Like,
That's funny how it bounces.
hey, look, it's so bouncy. What's it made of? Animal bones. When I was like, hold on. Like, because when I found that, because I always thought, whenever you like baste a turkey, or not baste. Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Are you talking about
like-
when you
like
put
at
the crap on
Thanksgiving-
top?
When you like bake a turkey or whatever, you put it in the oven.
Right. Roast in that case.
Roast, yeah, there you go. My bad. Words escape me sometimes. You see, like when the shit at the bottom solidifies, it's jello.
Congeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the fat congeals.
You're right, congeals. It's jello-y.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, I wonder why it's jello-y. And I was like, that's interesting. That's always jello-y. And then I found out later, oh yeah, when you boil or heat bones and like and
All
they-
that bone marrow and white crap.
Yeah.
It becomes that.
it leaks out and then that becomes jello. And you're just like,
How old were you when you found that out? And did that change your perspective of the Jello cup you were currently eating when you did?
oh, I haven't eaten jello in a long ass time.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really like jello as a child either.
Really?
It's a weird concept.
When did you find out though? The Jello bone thing.
Not too long ago, actually.
Are you serious?
Like, probably a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like you know, one time
Not last
July.
month, but like yeah, like fairly recently in my life.
I learned it today just talking about it.
Yeah, I learned it today.
It's like, oh, do you guys know Jello is made of animal bones? Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Family.
Fucking what?
Yeah, they said
Frantic googling.
Yeah,
you
fucking
grind up.
right?
They grind
Fuck,
up
is he
bones.
serious? But yeah, that shit's crazy. That's one of the crazy things to learn, especially as like a child. You're like, because that's the one thing they never fucking tell kids. You know what gummy bears are made out of? What? Animal bones. And it's like,
How metal would it be if I become president of any country?
hold on. Bag of dicks, gummies, they're boners.
Yeah, that's a thing.
No.
You could send people bags of dicks that
No,
are.
no,
you
no,
could
no, no.
send people bags of gummy dicks.
Yes. But they're made of like jello-ish material.
Uh huh.
Comes from bone.
Uh huh.
They're all boners.
Yes.
Okay. Fuck you.
So
I'm gonna send you a bag of dicks.
you get the funny thing about that service too. You can there's actually I think two variants of it. One of them is just like the candies.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is actually a bag of candies that has a fuckload of like glitter in it. So when
it's a glitter bomb and a bag of dicks.
but it's like hid. I think it's hidden in like the wrapping itself. So when you open it, you can't see the glitter in the bag. When you
Right.
open it,
Yeah, it
glitter
goes
everywhere.
Wow.
That's funny.
And I'm like, that is like the best and worst thing you can send to anyone.
Exactly.
I think they also give you the option to send a note.
Yeah, there's a couple services. I know at least one other service that's like just fucking send your enemies glitter.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you send a letter and it says it's full like kind-heartedly written but very cynical note of like, congratulations, you have been sent glitter from someone who hates the fuck out of you or something like that. And then it's just a note full of glitter. And it's like, congratulations getting this shit out of your carpet, asshole.
Like, right when you open
Oh,
it
so
up,
it's like a 3-part letter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's folded in 3, so you have to like open it up to fucking read it.
Jesus
So
Christ!
it's like, oh, I wonder what this
Congratulations, you've been sent glitter by someone who hates the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing to just send it to them like at work or some shit. Like
Oh
that.
yeah, that'd be amazing. It's like, Jerry, why is your desk covered in glitter? Because I pissed off Tom.
What did you do? I stole his soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably deserve that.
Yeah. It's like, so why is there glitter everywhere? He sent me glitter.
He sent me a
So
letter.
why didn't you deny it? I didn't know it was glitter. That's so dumb. Like, that shit's funny. I fucking love the. What were you talking about before we started this? Because we went into a whole thing about
That's it.
Jello's made of bone.
Okay.
We were talking about. what
Oh,
was
right.
inside
So
fucking hot dogs.
if I was the president of any country, that's what I was going to go on about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would make it so that gummy animals of any kind can only be made from parts of those animals. Because how fucking metal would it be to eat
Well,
gummy
worms
bears?
Would be
Yeah.
kind of hard.
There's no gummy worms,
There's
but how
no-
metal would it be to eat gummy bears?
Gummy bears, yeah.
Yeah, that would be fucking
I wonder if they
metal.
would taste. No, they wouldn't, because it doesn't really have.
They wouldn't taste like fucking bear, Jacob.
No, I was thinking they would taste different, like at all, because I forget that like Jello doesn't really have a taste.
Make gummy people.
That's just over. the
Just
top.
just
Oh,
none.
God.
Have people no like
That's just edgy.
instate my policy, right, of like gummy creatures can only be made from the creatures they're based on, and then release a small batch of gummy people. Are they actually mad at the people? That's for me to know and for you to never find
Did
out.
I break the law or did I break the law? It's so dumb.
I don't know.
No. Send out like a new batch of Sour Patch Kids.
Oh God.
Jesus. You burn down one orphanage and suddenly you're a villain.
Exactly.
God, you get rid. Look, it's called getting rid of overpopulation. I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
Just the worst
I'm
tyrant.
fixing the planet. Fucking 7 nukes.
It's called population control, people.
Yeah.
It's all good. I have it under control.
We save money and you get candy. What's not to like? You're killing our children.
And
But you get candy.
Yeah. Candy's supposed to be for the children.
The national anthem for my new country would just be "I want candy."
I
Oh my
want
God.
candy. And everyone's just like, Soylent Green.
Made of ping pong.
And speaking of children,
All right.
this is actually a perfect segue from our next thing.
I hope it is because God, that's a weird one.
So
Speaking of children.
speaking of children, we're getting a little
Don't do that.
we're getting a little higher in age now with us like creeping into 20s, you know, right?
Yes, only one of us remaining in 20, the age.
I'm
as of
sorry, I'm
now.
young.
You don't have to apologize. It's just funny.
So going into our 20s now, I don't know about you guys, but like a lot of my other friends and family are starting to have kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like weirding me the fuck out now. Like, I'm still playing video games, making a goddamn podcast on YouTube. You're having a child?
You
Not-
you are creating another human being that could possibly at some point be made into Jello.
Wait, what was that last part? Nothing.
Yeah, I have a Sour Patch Kid.
But like, I have one friend I work with. He has a child who's like a year old or something, maybe a little older.
Mhm.
I have another dude who has another guy I know. He has 2 kids.
Right.
One guy I know who's about our age has a kid on the way.
God
Mhm.
damn.
My cousin, one of my cousins, has a little girl who's like a year or 2 now, and he has another girl on the way too.
And they're all about our age.
Yeah, my cousin's like a few years older than me, tops.
My mom had me at like 23.
Right, and it's weird to me though that like
Yeah. From an outside perspective, you're like that. Pets, like fucking children, and but
why now? Why?
20?
Right.
Really? Like fuck it. Well, I
Like,
mean,
you can't imagine yourself in that scenario.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Like for me, I'm still making YouTube videos. I'm still trying to do just college shit.
Right.
I can't even
So, like,
conceive
trying
of
to
a
figure,
family.
like, life together and shit
Inconceivable.
like that.
Like I didn't mean that to be a pun, but it is now.
wait, what was?
I didn't mean
the
conceive to.
Inconceivable.
Oh,
No, not that. I was like, I didn't mean for that. I didn't mean to
Well, that
conceive of a
also-
family.
he is right. That does also go into the same punny area, but it's not the same.
Just like it boggles my mind, dude. Like that. Like as I get older, more and more people we know are going to
Gonna
start having kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm still like a 13-year-old at heart who still laughs at like titty jokes.
I know 40-year-olds who laughed at titty jokes. Like it's not an age
Like
thing.
Bofa is funny to me, and I'm 20.
Bofa is funny.
Like-
So is Ligma. And fucking what are the other ones? I don't know all of them. There's like 7 of them, and
I know,
all
right?
of them
Exactly.
confuse
It just
me.
Keeps on adding up, basically.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you guys, but I don't want a kid until like I'm at least in my 30s, just
Mhm.
because literally my entire life I've been kind of a father figure anyway,
Oh,
because
you got the sibling.
I've got the siblings. I've been like me and my little brother are 7 or 8 years apart depending on whose birthday hits,
Mhm.
right? Me and my little sister are like 9 years apart.
Right.
So because I was only like 10 when my little brother was born.
Right.
So my entire life I've been taking care of kids. I don't want to take care of more fucking kids. I feel so sorry for Josh, who is forced to take care of small children.
Other people's kids, yeah.
Right.
Not even his own.
Like F, my dude.
like
F to pay respects.
at least if I raise my own children, I can train them to kill.
That one picture where it's like when you can only afford one college tuition and it's like the 2 kids
Yeah.
and the baby gate octagon with a sword in the middle.
We'll pay for one tuition. Only one of you is making it out of here. They're just like, So dumb. Yeah, I don't know. Kids, multiple times I've been like, when should I have a kid? I was like, 25, 26 probably is a good age.
Wow, a lot younger than I thought.
Right.
Yeah, most people are like, oh yeah, I'll do it at like 30, but most people don't realize how fucking old 30 is.
30's fine. 30's still young.
My mom's 40 and I'm 20. Like,
Okay.
she had me at 23.
Uh-huh.
I'm the same deal too. Yeah.
Damn near a senior. And I'm
Wow. I wouldn't go that far. Christ.
Yeah. Like
around 50 is like about where seniors start.
I think
Not-
55.
No. Yeah, 55. Fuck it, like 10 years off.
Like your mom's got a whole other like teenager in her before she starts hitting like senior age.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. My mom also doesn't look 40, so she's got that going for her, which is, I guess, good for her. I don't know. It's hilarious. She'd come back from like, not come back because she'd go out late at night, but like later we discuss like, fucking what she did at the club or whatever. And like, dudes come over like, "Are you 23?" And she's like, fucking 42 at that point. I think she was.
If you're cool telling your mom's age on stream, that's cool on you.
She doesn't fucking care.
Okay.
okay.
She's 21. Oh, what was it for 42nd, 21 for the 21st time, and fucking, she looks like it, which is fine.
20. Wait, what? 21
for the 21st time.
It's like she still looks like
42.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbass. Do math. Do math. But yeah, so like, you get to see your kid grow up significantly and go into adulthood for more amount of time before you become senile.
I guess. But like.
And I'm the person who'd want to see that. Maybe it's a narcissism thing because I'd want them to see them like see what I've created or whatever, you know. But
And Jacob saw what he created and said, "This is good." And on the seventh day, he rested.
Fuck. But yeah, I know, like, that was a weird. That was weird. I don't know why it got to me. Like in my head, I was like, "What the fuck is he saying?" Like, yeah, like I don't know. It'd be. It just feels like it would be better to have a kid at like a slightly like, you're mature, or just not too mature. Like 27 isn't like the cutoff, but it's like the end point of optimal age at which I'd want to have like a kid.
Okay.
Like, yeah, 27, you kind of still feel like you're young.
Like late.
Young enough for it to like still feel the same as it would within the time span, 25 to 27 or 28 reaching into that, where I would feel like it would be reasonable enough for that to be a reasonable time to have a child.
Okay.
Just to for the whole life thing to go well. For them and me.
I guess.
Because by that point,
I see. Because so if you're 25 when you have your kid, by the time they're our age, you'd be 45, which is still
relatively like young, and they're an adult and already off doing their fucking thing.
Okay. I see what you're getting at. But like for me, I'd like to at least have my 20s. Because the first 20 years of your life, the first 20 years of your life, you're in the system. You are like, you get the first 4 years where you're not doing shit because you're, shitting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Shit yourself.
Shit yourself.
Yeah. You hit 5. You're like, okay, now that you're sentient and you know how to do basic
things. Why are you
things.
shitting yourself at 4?
Don't worry about. You're being pedantic, okay?
Why are you shitting yourself at 20? Like, same. I mean, that's basically the same question, but like, isn't the cutoff age like 2.5?
I don't know. I've never potty trained somebody.
Oh.
But for the first 4 years of your life, you're doing nothing.
Right.
As soon as you're able to do stuff, they're like, hey, guess what? You're going to school. What school? You'll find out. You get sentenced to 12 years. It's like you committed murder at 4. And then once you're out...
12 years for murder isn't that bad in relativity to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. You committed arson at 4.
Set fire to your mom's vagina.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
It sounds funny.
You get sentenced to 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years in minimum security prison.
Minimum security prison. Yeah.
You get sentenced to 12 years in at minimum, and
Or
then you get told, hey, you can get out for good behavior now, or you can serve an extra 10 years and get a fuckload of money when you get released.
If you
Or
get
a
lucky.
fuckload of money, depending.
But by the way, you're gonna have to spend a fuckload of money to make that fuckload of money.
Right. And it's if you make any of that shit back at all.
Yeah.
It's funny, he said minimum security prison. I was like, unless you go to a Vegas high school in which it is regular security prison, because holy fuck.
Yeah.
Because you remember Cimarron having the gates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking ridiculous.
They would lock, and they had like big ass keys, like big ass key locks
the
on
walls
them.
were high as shit.
Spikes on top for
Yeah.
pigeons and students.
Yeah. I think it was more for the students, honestly.
Yeah, I would say so.
Especially for fucking Vegas high school.
Doors that would only open from the inside.
Yeah. Jesus. Like, fucking Vegas schools were like low-level prisons, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Concrete metal construction.
Which is sadly reasonable and weird.
Yeah.
Because Vegas schools were never in the right area.
And we can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
But I think it's about time to wrap this up. We've talked about a lot of things on this episode of the podcast. Mostly camel spiders.
Yeah, robotic camel spiders having sex with what was it?
It doesn't matter what it is. We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
Robotic.
The podcast is over, Devon. We don't want to talk about your weird fucking camel spider machinations.
They're not his machinations.
Yeah, this evolved during the stream.
God damn it.
Like, I wish camel spiders were imaginary.
Me too. I think we all do. We all do.
We all wish camel spiders were imaginary.
I am the genie of the lamp. Please tell me your wishes. Camel spiders are imaginary. Camel spiders are imaginary. Camel spiders are imaginary.
No, I would not use all three wishes on one thing. That's dumb. Camel spiders are imaginary.
I'm sorry, but that is beyond my power.
Well, yeah, like Shenron, like
you
fucking-
look up. The genie has a camel spider for a face.
Oh god. We are legion.
You look down, the lamp actually has like a camel spider like on the side. You're just like, fucking wrong one.
It just makes wishes, but it's always
Camel spider related. It's like the weirdest monkey paw ever. I wish for super speed, but you only have super speed because you're always running from camel spiders.
I want a car. It's filled with camel spiders.
It is a camel spider. It's that fucking the cat bus from what is it, My Neighbor Totoro, but it's a fucking camel spider.
I want $1 million. All the dollar bills are on top of the camel
spiders.
All single $1 bill.
Christ alive.
So you're saying like a fucking horde of camel spiders with like dollar bills strapped in. Let's end this. This is all getting more terrifying as it goes.
That's why you have super speed so you can outrun your million camel
Run
spider
your millions of dollars and your car. Okay, everybody.
Oh my fucking god.
I apparently have killed my castmate, so we're gonna end it there.
Next time on SplatCade, no more fucking camel
No
spider.
more fucking camel spider.
God damn it. Fuck.
Woo!